Hi everybody, Melissa from Melissa vs. Fibromyalgia here. Well, I feel like that was a little less energy than usual. I am excited to be making the video. I am in the middle of a flare. Um, this is not coffee, as it usually is. I've got a bit of a story to tell you. I think I'm in a health crisis. I think I'm having a big flare, and it's all tied back to the endometriosis. So at the beginning of this week, I got my period. It was so bad that I was sobbing in pain in the evening, and it was just a very horrid first day of the cycle. I think it was made slightly worse by the topical estradiol that I was taking with the topical progesterone, so we're going to cut that out of the schedule. But unfortunately, what happened was that I was in so much pain that I couldn't eat enough, that the naproxen, which is the only medicine I can take, because when you're on low-dose naltrexone, you can't take opioids, hurt my stomach. And so from the third day, I had extreme back pain, because that's what happens. You get something else happens, like your period, and then your nervous system goes on fire, and then the pain flares up. So on the third day of my cycle, I had severe back pain, but I also had severe heartburn. It was so bad and so painful. I had trouble taking deep breaths. I could hardly eat. I couldn't get any relief. That night, I couldn't sleep. I had to keep like trying to tilt on my side, but because of my back and neck, I can't actually fully lie on my side. So that was exhausting. And I messaged my doctor, and they said, make an appointment. You'll probably need omeprazole. And I just can't even fathom that I need some medicine to cover the medicine, because I'm on a very long wait list to get an operation to deal with something I've been dealing with for many years. But here we are. So I've been thinking obviously a lot about it, and I take my responsibility very seriously as I make videos and I share what works for me and what helps me. And I have come a very long way in the last 10 years. Things are still better than they were before. And even on the days where my symptom levels are higher, I have far more coping mechanisms. But it doesn't mean that I'm, protected from all the normal feelings that come with it. It doesn't feel nice, and it is worrying when you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know quite when I'm going to come back to baseline after this period. I don't know what my next period will be like. I don't know whether my baseline is going to stay the same or whether it's going to go downhill. I don't know if this heartburn thing is going to go away. I don't know a lot of things. And on the one hand, I have to wait. I have to wait for the appointment with the specialist at the hospital, and then I'll have to wait for the operation. And these things take a very long time at the moment in the system. We're very behind because of all the lockdowns. So on the one hand, I'm dealing with that, but on the other hand, I still need to live my life. And it is so difficult. And I don't think that it's talked about enough. And so lately on my Instagram, and when I'm talking about things, I'm talking about the messy middle, and that really is where I am. So I'm a long way from where I began. I have a lot more coping mechanisms. My baseline is more stable, but I'm still in the messy middle. We haven't got a cure yet. And so I want to be really open and honest as we are here, especially about sharing what I'm learning and what I'm doing. I don't want you to think that whatever I'm been sharing that helps is kind of the full stop. So here's the plan and what it looks like. Obviously, I have to just keep doing my absolute best with the periods, but we're stopping the estradiol, and we realize that the topical progesterone costs a lot of money. It's very expensive, but the oral progesterone, bioidentical progesterone, is actually subsidized here now. So I'm on that. I'm gonna start that. Apparently, you take it from day 16 to 26 or something of your cycle. So it's a cyclical thing. So I won't be taking it for a little while yet, but I'm going to try it and hope really hard that it helps next cycle. And as far as the fibro, so my back was very sore, so sore, and I was doing a lot of things to manage it. So I was using my trigger point massage ball, my heat pack, doing my stretches, applying my topical creams, taking the medicine. Well, at the moment I'm only taking Panadol Osteo. So Panadol is paracetamol but slow release, so I have to take it less often. It doesn't really touch the sides, but it's all I've got because I'm way too scared to put any more anti-inflammatories in. And the muscle relaxants, for some reason I keep being reluctant to take them. I should do it to cut the nail on the head. I should do it tonight before bed and hopefully get some sleep because that will help. But I'm doing all of the stretches, all of the deep breathing, all of, all of the yoga tools. I'm doing all of the things. So I'm doing everything I can to manage it well, but the back has been very bad and it's now right up and the trigger points are gone. So I'm getting real bad headaches because the nervous system is mad. And so I'm doing my best to soothe my body, but because of the heartburn and because of everything that's going on, today I literally started the day with vegetable soup. So I had vegetable soup. I'm having another cup now. I'm going to make some dal, which is like a gentle lentil curry. So I have been eating what's considered low carb or lower carb. Most of my carbs have been coming from vegetables, and that seems to be great. It doesn't seem to be having a massive impact, but I'm not in the place to take any giant risks. And so I'm being really careful with my stomach and my chest right now. So we're moving on to the dal, and I'm going to just be really wary of nourishing myself and being careful. I was in too much pain to really go too deeply today, but I had my yoga nidra rest and I took a little bit longer because my husband's out with the kids, bless his soul. So I took a little bit longer with the rest, and I'm really looking at where can I make things easier. So now that I'm out of that real kind of hard bit, now I'm looking at how I get out. And so, like I said, trying the oral progesterone when it's time. Taking 4.5 milligrams of the LDN didn't really suit me, so I'm going back to 4 milligrams. Quetiapine staying as it is. Working on the nourishing food, keeping a good schedule going with the Panadol Osteo, and just trying to make sure that I'm not taking any other meds unless I really have to. I have to be able to function for my kids, so we'll see how that goes. And the magnesium I'm taking twice a day, and just little steps, I think. And at the moment, really, actually, it's about where can I make my life easier, where can I say no, where can I take help. And looking at what are the specific hard points. So actually my husband is about to start helping in the morning for 2 mornings a week. Usually he starts work very early, so that's going to be a big help for me. Making sure that I really am pacing properly and not trying to just push through, because that's my worst trait, is just trying to get through, or I'll be like nearly done with something and I just have to push through, or I'm with the kids, I'm alone with the kids and there's just no way in heck I can go and like rest or anything. But I can sit down quietly. Especially with the little two, I can sit down quietly and read, or sit down quietly and watch some nursery rhymes. And so I just need to just do that, make things easier. And so I think that it's a good message to share, that learning to live with what we have now. So I'm not putting aside my hope for recovery. I'm definitely not putting aside that. I have hope. But I am making sure that I'm being really proactive and really nourishing and really supporting myself where I am now. So yeah, it's a real bummer that the period endometriosis stuff is really putting things off. But I'm thankful for all the tools I have, all the things I've already learned, so I can put it in place. And I'm thankful for the community I'm gathering around myself. And I'm thankful for the information and the research that's happening out there. I have such hope when I listen to what they're researching, and I do have hope that one day we will have more robust options. And I keep putting one foot in front of the other, and I'll keep sharing the journey, and I'll keep always being honest. I'm not here to sell any kind of cure or remission or anything. This is my healing in process. So I hope that wasn't too rambly. I hope you understood what I was saying. Let me know how you are doing. What are you trying at the moment? What are you battling? Come along and join the Melissa versus CFS FMS Facebook group, where we kind of chat and I give more updates and all of that kind of thing. And I'll catch you again soon.